Hey, what's up? I've been searching for the perfect zoom lens to pair with my cameras, and I think I finally found it. Let's take a quick look at the Canon RF 24-70 f2.8. The RF 24-70 is part of Canon's professional L series lineup, which you can recognize by the iconic red ring. In the box you'll find a pouch, which I never use, and a lens hood. Nice. The build quality is top-notch, with sturdy materials and weather sealing. The lens has switches for auto and manual focus, image stabilization, and locking the barrel. And like all RF lenses, a lens style that you can customize in the camera settings. The zoom and focus rings are easy to operate and feel smooth. It is not the lightest or the shortest. It extends when you zoom, but not by a whole lot. And it's quite thick, but this makes it feel good in the hand. You really have a nice grip on it. And it pairs perfectly with my R6 Mark II. The 24-70 is the perfect all-rounder, covering some of the most popular focal lengths. At 24mm, it's wide enough for many situations, such as landscape, architecture, or events. You can film your subject up close or even vlog with it without having to stretch out your arms too much. I love 35mm for product shots and for talking headshots, just like this. And 50mm is great for a natural-looking image and B-roll footage. When zoomed in to 70mm, you can get closer to your subject and focus on small details. This focal length is also great for shooting portraits, providing a nice separation between the subject and the background. With such a versatile focal range, there's really no need to change lenses all the time. And that's exactly why I love zoom lenses. On a crop sensor camera like the Canon R7 though, the 24-70 behaves a bit different. You end up with an equivalent focal range of 38 to 112mm. It's not great on the wide end, but it does provide more reach on the long end. Depending on your needs, it could still be a good option. I'll share some other options later in the video. The RF 24-70 is an excellent performer. As expected from a Canon L series lens, it is extremely sharp throughout the focal range, and the image quality is top-notch for both photography and video. There is no noticeable chromatic aberration and very little lens distortion, even at 24mm. Any imperfections can be easily corrected in post-production anyway. Another reason to go for this lens is its fixed f2.8 aperture, which is excellent in low light situations, especially when combined with a low light beast like the R6 Mark II. The large aperture creates a shallow depth of field with beautiful bokeh at the different focal lengths. I haven't felt the need to carry fast primes, it's really that good. The Nano USM motor provides great autofocus that is super quick and sticky. It's also really silent when changing focus, which is excellent for recording video with audio. You can barely hear it, even with a microphone mounted on top of the camera. In terms of focus distance, you can get surprisingly close to the subject, especially at the wider end. This is great for an even more blurred background when shooting wide. The lens also has up to 5 stops of image stabilization and up to 8 stops in combination with IBIS on Canon's mirrorless cameras. That's really great for handheld photography at slow shutter speeds. Handheld video works great too. It's quite easy to get stable, smooth video, even at 70mm. If there's one big downside to this 24-70, it's the price. At $2,500, it's quite steep. However, you could argue that this is an investment. You get a superb, professional and versatile full-frame lens for your hard-earned cash. If you make money from your photography or video, it will pay for itself in no time, and it will last for decades to come. So if you ask me if it's worth it, I'd say yes. You can always look out for great deals out there. I have a link below that you can use to support my channel. There are similar options within Canon's L series lineup as well. The 24-105 f4L is about half the price, has more range and is more compact. Its maximum aperture is only f4 though, but it's an awesome lens. There's also the 28-70 with an even wider aperture of f2, but it's even more expensive, heavier, not as versatile, and it lacks image stabilization. Canon also offers cheaper RF zoom lenses, but they all have variable apertures, so they're not the greatest options in my opinion. If you have an APS-C camera like the R7 or R10 though, it might make more sense to look at the RF 15-35 f2.8 or 14-35 f4. Both are excellent options with a similar focal range on cropped sensors. And if you don't mind adapting older EF lenses, definitely check out the Sigma 18-35 f1.8. I've got videos on most of these lenses on my channel and I'll link them below. So as I mentioned in the intro, the RF 24-70 is just about the perfect zoom lens for me. It's sharp, versatile, quiet, and has that fixed wide aperture. Though it's definitely not cheap, it's my workhorse, and I use it all the time for both photography and video. In fact, it's attached to my R6 Mark II 99% of the time, and it works great on my R7 too. So for me, it's worth the investment. It's my favorite lens. I don't need much else for the type of work I do, for now at least. Stick around for a couple of my other videos that you'll definitely want to watch next. If you enjoy my content, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.